Well, let's bring on our guest tonight. Let's get our training started. Thank you, guys.
See you later.
All right, Veronica, I can see you on here. Let's do you first, and then we'll bring on Gerson.
Hello,
Let's see,
everyone.
What's up? How are you doing?
I'm good. Nice to see you again.
Nice seeing you. Hey, I'm gonna show everyone your group because like I met you guys because I'm inside of you guys' Discord. You guys absolutely kill it every day. Here's Veronica. Scroll down. And here's Gerson. He's gonna be training after Veronica.
Every day.
You guys, I watch what you guys do, and you guys work final expense. You work the mortgage leads I saw you sell. You guys sell a lot of the final expense. These were the leads. Dom, remember I told you we were going to bring the final expense back, the ones we were doing last year, and you were like,
Yep.
dude, those were fire. That's what these guys are killing. I mean, I'm in their group and I watch what both of them do, and their group is freaking awesome with what they're doing. They're killing those final expense leads we were working. I think it was a year and a half ago. I mean, they crush every day. So, we haven't posted you guys videos yet, but I'm excited to be able to get that up. So if you can just kind of introduce yourself to everyone and, tell everyone how long you've been here, what you're doing, and then we'll go over a little bit about how you're closing so many of the digital leads that you're buying every day. So I appreciate it. It's all you.
Yes, I would love to share my story. I feel like a lot of people would benefit from it. So, I got my license last year of June, and it was a big learning curve for me. My backstory. So right now I'm 27 years old. My mentor is 21, just to give you some perspective. There's so many different ages in this realm of life insurance. It's pretty awesome. I went to college for health science. I've always been health oriented, didn't really know what to do with it. I played soccer my whole life. And I was also an Army brat. And so I kind of moved around a little. I ended up in Tampa to be a flight attendant originally. Ended up not liking it, and I fell back on bartending. It's what I've always known. It's a really good thing to fall back on to make money with. But I kept meeting people who were doing life insurance, and I almost got recruited by Primerica a year before I got into FFL. But when I went to Primerica's office, I could just smell the fishiness. I was like, I don't know about this, and I stopped looking. And then I was bartending, and I kept meeting people in FFL specifically. And it was just like a godsend. And I finally just took the chance and met Gerson, got recruited under him. And I started. It was about a 3-month learning curve for me. We were running ILC leads. And personally, as a brand new person in life insurance, no experience in sales, those leads were not working for me. I was running bronze, and I was running like instant with beneficiaries. I was closing some instant with beneficiaries, the higher intent leads, but it was still a lot of work, a lot of dialing. And then what really changed the game for me was the CRM, Michael's leads here. So I got a pack of aged veterans leads, and I closed off of it. And after I closed off of that, made my return of investment, plus that, I started buying fresh leads. And I had my biggest month last month, which was January. I produced over $17,000, which is small compared to the numbers that a lot of people are doing here. That's considered part-time. But for me, it was a huge milestone because I couldn't even, when I first started, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I even going to produce 10,000 in a month? Like I thought it was impossible. Where was I at? Okay. Yeah, fresh veterans changed the game for me. I chose to do fresh veterans because my mom is the military, my dad's military, my brother's military. I kind of have that rapport building skill with military people. And so my process for closing these deals with the veterans specifically, that's pretty much all I run. That was my $17,000 month that I had last month. All veterans, fresh veterans, all of them. I buy a pack every week, so I'll spend about maybe $1,000 a week. Definitely you'll see your return of investment. And my mindset and my strategy going into these leads is, know what the VA offers. So there's the VGLI, which increases every 5 years. So every time they enter a new 5-year age gap, 30 to 34 and then 35 to 40, it increases until they're age 80, and then they can't afford the coverage that they had originally. And then there's the VA life. So the VA life has a 2-year waiting period. There's no sense in having that policy if you're healthy, or you can qualify for a policy that you don't need a 2-year waiting period with. No brainer. Also, if you just compare the rates, we beat them with all of our products. Let's see
What
here.
do you find, Veronica, when you're talking to a lot of these people, do they even know what they have from
Oh,
the VA? They don't know. So you're educating them.
yeah. Honestly,
Wow.
yeah, a lot of them think that they just have everything handed to them. I'm like, well, actually, the only thing you get for free is a little under $1,000, according to the VA. As of October 2024, you're getting around $900 towards your final expenses, which will get you a nice bouquet of flowers, maybe. And they're like, "Oh no, are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry." And so,
Wow.
yeah, a lot of them,
So,
unfortunately.
Veronica, when you first started dialing, did you already know this, or did you run into a couple of objections and you had to learn it? Or did you
Um,
figure it out up front?
I made sure I did my research before dialing.
Got
I
it.
A big thing for me is I don't really like to go into things not knowing what I'm doing or what I'm talking about, because I like to be very articulate. I want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I want to sound like I've been doing this for years, even though I've only been doing this since July. Um,
Okay.
so some of the main, objections I might run into are, I want to talk to my family first, or can you email me that? That's like two of the main things. My reply to that is, yeah, so I mean, what I do is get you medically qualified so you can actually have something real to take back to your family to talk about, something tangible, not just a what if conversation. Um, and it subtly shifts their mindset from I need to talk to my family first to, oh, I need to get qualified first. And that's how I'm able to keep someone on the phone. I can literally feel them actually change their mind with that objection rebuttal.
Hmm.
And I wrote down, I have these papers here. I wrote down a few points that I was going to go over with you guys. But if you have
Yeah.
any questions, please feel free to interrupt or ask me. Um, the next thing I was going to go on to is how I build trust and urgency with these leads. Is the first 3 minutes I'm introducing myself, I'm letting them know I'm the veterans life insurance specialist, and I'm calling about the information you requested. And they always remember filling out the form. Most of the time, I really have no issues getting, after I establish my credibility, I like to text people my digital business card, my state specific license, and the picture of the carriers that we work with. And so I'll be like, "Hi, I'm gonna send you my license with the state of California, also the carriers I work with, and here's my digital business card, put a face to the name." Um, and so you're talking to a licensed professional, not some random hobo, and they usually laugh and they love that. Um, let's see here. That's how I'll build that trust and urgency with them before I dive into anything. And then the lessons that I've learned recently with these leads. So you know, it's important once you start getting that cash flow to keep investing, because at the beginning of this month, after I had the biggest month I've ever had in insurance, I thought I could be frugal and maybe not buy leads for a week. And I've definitely had a little bit of a slower February. And so all my money finally hit from January. So I was like, you know what? We're buying leads. I bought leads on Sunday, bought a pack of fresh, I bought some aged, and I closed today. I closed a his and hers. Um, and the day didn't start off so beautifully. I actually started the day off with people kind of in negative moods, wanting to hang up on me. Sometimes that'll happen. It doesn't matter what lead, it just depends on the person. And not every single lead, just because it's a high intent lead, doesn't mean it's 100% close. It's also skill level. It's also the person on the other side of the phone, the day that they're having. So the way I went about it, instead of just sitting there and moping, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just keep dialing. until I get that person on the phone that knows that they need life insurance. And that's what happened. I ended up closing, and then I got this text message that I need to be on this training call, and I was like, oh no, let me go ahead and write some things down. Um and let's see.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to go through your script real quick. And then
Yeah,
someone asked a question, how do you approach the age veteran leads? Why don't we go through that? Because there's a lot of new people on here. And I
yeah.
think buying age leads at a lower price allows people to be able to jump in easily. So why don't we go through your script on an age veteran life lead?
Yes, I could show you my script actually. If I'm allowed to screen share, I think.
Yes.
Let's see. Share. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, you guys can see that. There's the chat. Let me move this. Sorry, I've never done this before. I have my script right over here. I call it Vettel's winning script. Honestly, I don't really use a script these days. Just because of how used to I am to running these leads. Okay, can you guys see?
I don't see
No, we
it.
can't see it. Hit
No,
the
we
green
can't
button
see
down.
the script right now.
Hit the green bottom hit the
Okay.
green button at the bottom.
Share.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, beautiful. I see it. Okay. All right. So where are we at now? No, I can't see.
We can see it.
Okay. All right. So can't see it. I can't see it. But okay. So you guys can read it basically. Here, let me pull it up again. My bad. Alrighty. But with aged, it's basically the same thing. This is the script that I use. So I have a few little notes at the top, as you can see in the pink. That first note is when I want a policy effective immediately. That's a little thing that I like to say. Hey, usually the insurance company wants the policy effective immediately, so there's no gap if anything were to happen between now and the effective date. Would there be an issue if this were to draft within the next 24 to 48 hours? I make sure it's not going to overdraft them. But anyway, sorry, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Um, so as of October 1st, 2024, that's a little just like note for me to remember what the VA offers for them for free. But the actual script, I'm going to be like, hi, Michael, this is Veronica. You filled out my form online for veterans life insurance. And they're like, yeah, okay, I did. Okay, so I'm the specialist assigned to go through this with you. Sorry, my script isn't exactly word for word, but I'll be like, okay, so what was your goal with life insurance? Were you trying to cover final expenses, leave money behind, protect your mortgage? Talk to me. I like to get them talking about their goals so we can establish some more back and forth rapport. And then once I feel like I know what they actually want, I'm like, my job is pretty simple. I do the medical underwriting, and then we could submit a request for coverage. And then if it's for aged, definitely you want to add in, hey, this is Veronica. You filled out a form online for veterans life insurance. It might have been a while ago. It's my job to get this information to you. Do you remember doing that? Or has anyone spoke to you? Am I the first person you're speaking with? And a lot of the times with the aged leads, people have actually not spoken to someone still. So
That's amazing.
I
That's
like
incredible.
Yeah, I like to, you got to make sure you want to ask them, hey, do you remember doing this? Has anyone gotten out to you? Or has anyone reached out to you to take care of this with you? That's kind of like the key difference that like, and it's such a little thing, but that's the really only big difference between my script aged versus fresh. The aged leads are honestly almost just as good as the fresh leads.
Awesome. Well, anyone have any questions they want to ask Veronica before we bring on Gerson?
Okay.
You can thank Don Rogers on here. You can thank him for the vet leads. He was asking for him forever. We never ran him until Dom kept asking to do it.
And I have some like rebuttals. The rest of the script is like, it's really nothing to it. You just kind of establish that credibility and let them know that you're the veterans life insurance specialist. And then I have some rebuttals there if just in case I forget what to say.
Veronica, can you hit that share button and hit view and then post it in the chat so everyone can get a copy of it? Make sure it's view and not write so they don't write over your script. Hit that share button right there in the corner of the script.
Okay, right here. No.
Uh,
On the document, just press
on the
share.
document. Yeah.
I
Oh,
have a quick
this.
question.
Hit
Can
it.
I ask a quick question?
Yeah, what's up?
Um, Veronica,
Hit copy link.
amazing job for starting back in July. It's incredible. I was curious how much because a
We're
lot of
so
my new
close to getting
agents
her
are
to post
starting
that.
on bet leads. A lot of my new agents are starting on bet leads. So I'm just curious, like, how much are you investing right now and how much are you writing on average, or like, how many bet leads are you getting a week and how much are you writing on average per week?
Honestly, I spend at least ideally 1,000 a week, if not more. When I wrote 17,000 in January, I was buying leads on Sunday and Wednesday. And so some of the leads I would buy were aged, and then some of the leads I would buy were fresh. Most of the time I just prefer buying fresh leads. So how much am I buying? I'll buy like a pack of 30 to 40. I honestly haven't gone crazy with my lead flow. It's enough to start building my momentum, but I definitely want to start buying even more, like spending over 2,000 a week. Because that return of investment is going to be crazy. If I saw what I saw in January, like I know I can double that in February. Even though it's been a slow start, I'm definitely dead set on killing the rest of this month because like out of spite.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'm
it's
about to drop.
incredible, Veronica, and everyone on here. Like, we have so many producers each week. People come on here, do 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a month. But to have Veronica, a new agent, come on here, had her best month at 17,000. There's a lot of people that, are in this group and brand new and haven't done 10,000. It just shows you that there are, so many different levels that you go through in this business. And you're at 17 now, and I have no doubt, in the next 90 days, you'll be up at 30, 40,000 because the group that you're part of. I mean, you guys are absolutely killing it. So Veronica just posted her script. Veronica, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate it. Let's
Thank
bring
you. And
on,
I'll allow that access. Appreciate you guys.
thank you, Gerson. Where are you, man?
Absolutely. Right here, brother.
Is it Gerson or Garcon?
It's Gerson. Yeah, that's I get that a lot. It's Gerson.
Bro, I see you every day, like absolutely kill. I mean, you kill it on all of them, but I was really surprised at how many final expense leads that you're writing. And I don't know if James is on here. James Weir, is he on here? Anyone? He better be on here. He might not be. Well, I get calls every day from people, and they tell me this lead isn't working. I can't get people on the phone, or I can't get their banking info, or no one picks up. But I watch your entire group, the entire Infinite Living team, what you guys are doing, and no matter what leads you guys are buying, you're absolutely crushing it. So if you can kind of go through how long you've been here, and what your mindset is with dialing leads, what leads you're working, and what's working for you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I actually started with Jay back in November 2023. So it's been just over about a year and 3, 4 months now. I didn't really start working until that January 2024. So 2024 last year was my first full year in the business. Never been in sales before. I think, 19 when I first started. I'm 21 now. And I was, God bless, I was able to do about a little over $250,000 IP last year, first year in the business, which is just compared to
Awesome.
some people I look up to.
Congrats.
Absolutely. Compared to some people I look up to, this is just the beginning. So next year, I'm gonna see a lot of you guys that I see on the Hall of Fame stage. I'm gonna be up there with you, so best believe that. And yeah. So the leads I actually started dialing on were all bronze ILC leads. So I learned how to sell insurance with bronze leads. I had no idea what I was talking about. Basically, cold calling. So like I could probably pull up someone's name in a phone book and close some insurance off of it, just because that's
Sound like
the
Frank.
I mean, it's as easy as I had their name and their date of birth, and like that's all I needed, maybe an address, and I was good to go. So I learned how to sell insurance off of bronze leads. So these fresh FX leads are like a game changer. I try not to sell a lot of final expense. I really look to do IULs mostly, but if I'm ever in need of a little cash to put back into my IUL lead flow, maybe an IUL lead pack didn't hit as good as I wanted to, those final expense fresh leads are fantastic. when I'm dialing them, I know they need insurance. I mean, are you going to die? Yes. Is your family going to suffer financially if you don't get this taken care of? Yes. Okay. So how much can you afford? Awesome. Like, let's find something in that ballpark. Can you do 50 to $100? Yes. Can you do 100 to 150? No. Okay. We'll find some between like that 50 to $100 range. I'm going to get you the most amount of life insurance I can possibly find that you qualify for that ballpark range. And just obviously make sure, your wife was taken care of, your kids were taken care of, whatever it is. Uh, I like to instill the find their why, and that's why they'll buy. It mindset into pretty much every lead. I dial IULs, veterans, and final expense. I'm not really big into mortgage protection. I tried running a pack. I just kind of got crapped on, but mortgage protection is a very, very good, route to go. I just went the IUL route and the final expense route. So I'm gonna keep on going with what works. If I can find the reason why someone filled out something with their own free will, no one held them at gunpoint, no one made them, use their own two thumbs, type something in. They use their own free will to fill out a request for life insurance. I need to figure out why they did that. Right? Was it to protect the mortgage? Was it to leave behind income? Was it to build retirement through an IUL? Was it to just stop worrying late night when they think about their dangerous job? Like, what was the reason they filled this out? I'm going to cater my entire pitch towards that. So I'm looking to find that out in the first like 30 seconds to a minute. So no matter what lead I'm dialing, it's like, yeah, hey Michael, yeah, hey Michael, this is Gerson. How you doing today? Awesome. Yeah, I was just following up with you about the IUL information you requested, the final expense life insurance information you requested, the veterans life insurance information you requested. Just fill in the blank. Is that still important to you? Yes. Okay, awesome. If it's not important to them, I've been very, very I've had little patience on the phone in the past couple months, and I've been able to submit around $44,500 this month. I've been probably the least patient I've ever been on the phone. Like, if it's not important to you, all right, have a good day.
So we're only
Like, I don't want to waste
we're
any of
only
my time.
17 days through the month and you've already submitted 44.
44.5.
Congrats, man. Awesome. Sorry about that. Keep going. Very good, man.
Absolutely. And all of that's pretty much all CRM center leads. So just high intent or age leads, whatever it is. But thank God to be able to do that. But I haven't had any patience on the phone, especially coming back from convention. I'm fired up. I'm beating Steve Gio's ass this year. I'm getting to the top. I don't want to mess with anybody on the phone, waste another hour talking to someone, get banged on banking because they weren't really serious about it in the first place. So find out if it's important to them, and you're going to save a lot of time and save a lot of mental energy. Because if it's not important to the person, what are you doing? Like, why am I going to put my actual genuine energy and time and even money that I bought your lead with? Like, I don't want to waste any more of that. I'll take the L, the 20, 30, $40 on the lead. I'll move on to the next one because there's no such thing as a bad lead at all. Right. I'm sure I could push it and close them. And I was doing a lot, especially with bronze leads, a lot of pushing. Like, yeah, we're just getting you medically qualified. Obviously, you need this. Like, there's really nothing to discuss. But now I'm really looking at high intent leads, and I want high value clients as well. That's how you get high value referrals, which I'm looking to implement a lot more now with referrals. Something Jay talks about, Christina Andy. She's an absolute legend with referrals. I genuinely believe if I was to collect a couple more referrals off of every single lead I've closed this month, I would have already submitted 100K because I don't think any of the ones I've closed this month were referrals. So I would have done a lot more. How do I ask for referrals? Again, I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy to ask for referrals right now. Christina Andy is the lady to ask. So she's a legend with those. But the mindset I dial these leads with is I know you want it. Let's figure out why you wanted it. And let's find an affordable budget for you. I let them know, hey, no matter what we look at today, I'm going to find something affordable for you because thank God I'm actually a broker. You're not working with a captive agent. So I'm not restricted to one company. I'm actually able to do all the shopping around for you and find you something affordable that you qualify for medically. And that's going to make sense for you. Obviously, to make sure your wife was taken care of, like you mentioned, or just to make sure, obviously, we left behind some money for the kids. God forbid something happened to you. Like, whatever their goal was, I always tie it back into it, like pretty much obnoxiously. But I genuinely think if everyone was to spend maybe $1,000 on a Sunday on a high intent pack of leads, whether it's final expense, whether it is final veterans or IUL.
Would you submit this Saturday and Sunday off that batch of leads? Well, two batches.
Yeah, I spent $2,700 on Saturday on fresh veterans, fresh IULs, and a pack of aged veterans. I actually have not dialed yet, but just off the fresh IULs and the fresh veterans that dripped in throughout Sunday, I submitted like 8.1K yesterday, and I already made my money back off of that whole lead pack I spent. And I haven't even gotten all of them. Yeah, 8.1. Got to get the extra $100 in there, but yeah, about $8,000 yesterday, and that was off of a like $2,400 investment off of 2 different lead packs. So it's I already made my money back for the week. Everything else is all profit, and I bought another pack of aged veterans just because I do like to have a lot of quantity in my leads. Like I dial the crap out of them. Yeah, I'm not missing out on an opinion. That's right. I probably triple dial my leads like 2 or 3 times a day. Like they get sick of me. I'm either blocked or they're closed. They're either a client or they hate me. Like either one. But whatever it is, they'll either get life insurance from somewhere else, or I'm going to help them to the best of my ability. I'm going to help them get an awesome policy. But yeah, honestly, I've seen more success by being less patient on the phone in terms of like, I'm not going to convince you of what we already spoke about. You need the life insurance. Yes, there's one thing of like dealing with objections and rebuttals, but like I'm not gonna convince you why you genuinely need life insurance. Like you already know you need it. We already talked about it. You don't want to give me your social. You know you need it for your life insurance. All right, like I can only do so much. I'll FaceTime you. I love FaceTiming. Michael, do a lot of these guys FaceTime?
No, I posted something about it the other day. I saw one of you guys put that in there, and I screenshot it, sent it around to everyone. I think it's awesome that you guys do that.
Yes, Domino's, 100%. If you can FaceTime someone when they don't answer, I think you'll make an extra $20,000 to $50,000 this year alone, just with FaceTimes. If you just don't click that button, you're
Tell
gonna
us
miss
that
like
scenario. When
50,000.
does that work? You dial, they don't pick up, and then you just hit FaceTime and they'll answer?
So I dial like 2 or 3 times. You know those numbers that go straight to voicemail? They have
Yep.
some type of call blocker on. A lot of the times when you FaceTime them, that bypasses whatever call blocker they have. So if you FaceTime them, be like, what the heck? Yeah, hey, Michael, this is Gerson, man. I know it's a little bit abrupt, but I was just getting back to you about the IUL information you requested. That sounds familiar. You want to save for your retirement? Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, man, when you filled it out, like what were you really hoping to achieve? What was your, primary objective? What were you hoping to get out of the policy? You're like, oh shit, and they just jump right into it. Like it's really that simple.
We
Like
need a couple
last
minutes
year,
left.
I probably wouldn't have made an extra $30,000 to $40,000. I would have missed out on that if I didn't press that FaceTime button.
Gerson, we got a few minutes left. I want you to go through the final expense script because I haven't seen, I've probably seen you close more final expense than anyone else. So let's talk about how you're closing that. Go through your phone script real quick so people can hear how you're closing so many final expense leads.
I wish I had like a written down script, but I unfortunately don't. But
Just go
the
through
way
what you say when you're dialing.
exactly, yeah, the way I go about it is really simple. Like I can role play it.
Yep.
The intro is the most important part. So it's like, hey, Michael.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, Michael. This is Gerson, Maya. How you doing today, man?
Good.
Awesome. Hey, really quickly, I was just getting back to you about some information you recently submitted. It looks like that was just about a couple days ago. About the final expense life insurance information you listed down. Sherry, your wife, as the beneficiary. Is that still correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, man. And this would this be your first life insurance policy, or do you already have something?
I already have something.
So you were looking for a better price, what you're currently paying, or just something additional?
Something additional.
Awesome. But what made you feel like you needed more insurance?
I was on Facebook and it just popped up in front of me.
I got you. Yeah, man. Well, you're 66 years old now. Obviously, you were 65 last year. What made you didn't feel like you need more insurance last year? Like why now all of a sudden? You just got interested in it, or like was there a certain reason behind this?
It just seems like it's important now.
Okay, yeah, man. Awesome. So really quickly, Michael, before I go any further, I do want to make sure you're not talking to some random hobo, a licensed professional. If you don't mind grabbing a quick pen and paper, I'm happy to jot down some of my credentials with the state.
Okay, I got it.
I'm sorry to make you run around like that. Awesome. My name, my license number, here's my direct cell phone line. You can contact me there 24/7, same number I call my mom off of. Awesome. Then I'll go ahead and text you over my digital business card. the link for the Department of Financial Services, where you can actually verify my active license status right there. They don't have to go search for it. Just click the link, licensee search, Florida Department of Financial Services. Look me up. I've nothing to hide. Right. So I'm very transparent off the bat because I tell them off the bat, like, yeah, so I sent you all this information. This is obviously so you know you're not talking to a random crazy guy, and also so you know you're talking to a licensed professional, but also, Michael, to avoid pushback later on when we're going through your personal information. Obviously, it's life insurance. I'm gonna have to go through some personal information. So I just want to make sure you know who you're talking to right now before we go any further, because obviously, I don't want to waste either of our times. Perfect. And a lot of the time that makes sense. Does that make sense, Michael? Awesome. It makes sense. So perfect. So we're looking at some more life insurance for you, man. There's three things that life insurance is based off of: your health, your age, and your budget. We already established your age. So let's look at what your health looks like right now before I can even determine what product makes the most sense for you. Are you taking any medications daily?
No,
Awesome. Have you had any stroke, heart attack, cancer, diabetes in the past 3 to 5 years?
nope,
Perfect, man. Last question. Any like felonies, DUIs, anything crazy?
just a couple felonies.
Past 10 years?
Nope, 20 years ago.
Perfect. Good to go, man. That's all good. What happened in the past stays in the past then. So Mike, we can definitely look at some products with a higher death benefit since you are relatively healthy. Now it just kind of determines what your now what we look at is dependent on what your budget looks like. So on a monthly basis, have you given any thought to what you can contribute towards your life insurance and like what you guys would be able to afford? Is that between 50 to 100, between 2 to 300, 3 to 500? Like what's that number for you?
I can't spend any more than 380 a month. That's my max.
$380. That's a great specific number. You've probably given some good thought about that. So I mean, I can look at some numbers between $300 to $400 a month. That does give us a good range of options to look at. Do me a favor, write down option A, option B, and then option C on your piece of paper there. I'm going to give you three different options to choose from. I'm going to do all the shopping around for you really quickly and find some of the best options on the market. Again, I am a broker. I work with all the life insurance companies nationwide. I'm going to be able to find you something that fits your budget. And since you're very healthy, one of the top A-rated carriers in the nation. All right. And then I'm probably look at like an easy solve IUL for you just because you qualify for that much coverage. I'll probably look at either probably America IUL just off the bat. But I did like how F&G, little tie back in there, but F&G has those really nice death benefit solves. I'll have to look into that. I've been an NLG guy, pretty diehard about it, but that is a great easy
Hey
solve
man,
IUL.
you
What they're
get
talking
20
about.
points. You get 20 points more. Let's do this real quick
Yeah.
before we hang up. I want to go through some objections. That's if it's perfect. Typical objection. What are the typical objections you get on these leads when you call that people stumble over? I already took care of it, or was it me? You get that?
Yeah, a lot of the time it's if I already got it taken care of. Exactly. That's probably why they had me reaching out to you, Michael. So the reason what my job is to do is I'm just the policy service director. I essentially just review what you currently have in place, make sure you're not getting overcharged on it, have access to something called living benefits. Just make sure you're up to date. So which of the name of the carriers did we get you set up with already? Like what's the name of the carrier we already got you set up with?
It's
What
AARP.
awesome. And then you got that set up in the past 2 years or over 2 years ago?
It was within 2 years.
Perfect. So and that was a whole life policy, or is that something term?
It was a 5-year increase in term policy.
Do you already have full life coverage?
No.
Okay, I got you. That's definitely why they had me reaching out to you. Do
So
me a
perfect.
favor. I'm gonna go ahead.
You just roll right through it, man. So they tell you that.
I like whatever they
objections, you go right
say.
through it.
100%. Whatever they tell me, I blow right past. A lot of the times when you get like objections off the bat, just keep asking questions and whatever they say is relevant. Like a lot of the time they're just saying shit to get you off the phone. Use whatever they're saying to your advantage. Like, yeah, I like that's actually why they had me reaching out. You already had taken care of. You want to get me off the phone? Well, too bad. That's actually why they had me reaching out to you is to take care of your existing policy, make sure it's set up correctly. Now, like they just have to. Sometimes they just run out of ammo, and
I love it.
yeah,
Hey, Dom, you got
I
any questions
interrupt
for
them a
him
lot.
before we wrap up, man? Dom here, Frank.
No, man, I think it's good. I think once everybody gets the mindset that it's a name and a number and they need insurance, which is where Gerson's at, it becomes very easy. Now, sometimes that takes people 10 years, 10 days, 10 months. 10 weeks. Everybody's a little different, but the more time you spend on the phone, the faster that happens. And Gerson got it pretty quick, which is awesome to see. But y'all can have that same attitude, and this is all attitude. That's all it is. You listen to Veronica and Gerson both. Their attitude is just strong. Posture is good. Confidence is good. That's all this is, bro. I thought great job, both of you. I think that's amazing.
It's all about perspective too, Frank. They were working old leads out of the ILC, and now they get these where, you know, I got a call from James. He's not even on here, and that's, you know, he's struggling on dialing leads. I don't know why he's not here tonight. I hope he watches this video. But they work the old leads, and now they work these, and now they're appreciative and they're crushing them. So I have no doubt they're both going to kill it this year.
Mike, you know what's funny? It
Absolutely.
doesn't matter if you're calling old leads or new leads. If you're brand new and don't know what you're doing, and you call brand new leads, you're going to get the same BS you would get if you're calling age leads.
Yep.
So there's a method to this madness. Like, we don't go call old leads to start because we want you to call old leads and spend a ton of time and get beat up. But we do. We really do want you to get beat up, to get comfortable on the phones, learn the objections, get your posture right, feel comfortable talking to people before you start investing bigger money, because it's all, again, a mindset deal. Smitty, you look skinny as shit, bro. What are you doing?
Hey,
About to
quick
fall
question.
through your asshole and choke yourself. Holy cow. I need some of that.
Quick question for Gerson. What's he doing when he wraps up the sale at the end? Is anything doing to get it to, you know, the persistency to stick? Is there anything that you're doing, Gerson, that you like and has been working well for you?
Yeah, man, I can role play it. So it's like I just submit the application. All right, Eric, you want the good news first or the bad news first?
I'll take the bad news, man. No one says that. I'll take the bad news.
We're just gonna rip it off like a band-aid. So the bad news, man, is you are gonna be stuck with me as your life insurance advisor now for the rest of your life, man. I'm not going anywhere. You know, we're gonna get used to each other. The good news is, Eric, we actually got fully approved for that life insurance coverage. So that $40,000 of that whole life insurance, you got fully approved for. There's no waiting period for that. You have your full access to your critical, chronic, terminal illness living benefits. And that's fantastic, man. So that'll be effective on, let's say, the first of the next month, like we set it up for. So starting on the first and the second, you're officially protected. God forbid something happens a day later, you're covered. So congratulations, man. You're very proactive, got that taken care of. And now a couple things I want to go over with you, Eric, before I let you go. Firstly, do you know how to save someone as a contact in your phone?
My wife helps me.
All right, awesome. On that pen and paper, I had you write down my information earlier, and what I already texted you. I'm just gonna have you save my number as a contact, Gerson Maya, the annoying life insurance guy. That way, if you forget my name, you just look up life insurance in your contacts, and my name will pop up. Awesome. You can essentially reach me 24/7, Eric. If I don't answer within 24 hours, assume I'm at the bottom of the lake somewhere, right? That will never happen. Go ahead and call a search party for me, call the cops, and get someone looking for me. If I don't answer in 24 hours, there's something wrong. Get help, please. Right? So you can always contact me. You can FaceTime me. You can text me. You can call me. I'll always respond to you. Right? And with that, if you have any questions or concerns at all, let me know. Do you have any questions about the policy we just set up, Eric?
Am I going to get it in the mail, or how am I going to get it?
You'll get a paper copy mailed out to the house within 4 to 7 business days. If it's been 2 or 3 weeks and you haven't received anything, don't panic. Just shoot me a call first, and I'll have to manually request it from the insurance company, because sometimes the automatic send just doesn't work. I don't know how it works, but no worries. So you'll get that paper copy mailed out in the next couple weeks or so.
Okay. All right, cool.
Awesome. And then that's really how I do it. Then I text them over their policy information, policy number, company name, death benefit, all my information one more time. Let them know if anyone else reaches out to you. Don't give them any information. I'll just say that right before I let them go. Awesome. If you don't see my name and number pop up on your screen and they're talking about life insurance, just tell them to go suck a chili dog. Tell them to go kick rocks. They have no reason to be talking to you. If it's not from me or anyone that I let you know is going to be reaching out to you, or the insurance company themselves, just go ahead and don't give them any of your personal information, bank information, policy information. Just tell them to kick rocks.
Okay, got it.
Awesome. And like that's what I do every single time.
Love it. Thank you, man. Keep crushing it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Eric.
Well, I appreciate you two jumping on. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Gerson. All right, everyone, let's make it a great week. Thank you for helping us out, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.